Hello, everybody. Today it is 63 days until I leave for Antarctica and only 52 until I actually leave to start the whole trip. So, today we're going to talk a little bit about actually planning this trip that I'm going on, aside from the Antarctica portion, because I pretty much covered that in the first day of the trip planning vlog. And so, originally, I was going to head all the way down straight to Ushuaia, which is where the boat leaves for Antarctica. That's in Argentina, the very southernmost tip in Tierra del Fuego, the land of fire. Um, and since flight changes and reevaluating how big the country is and how much I actually want to see and do, I changed plans and I'm leaving a little bit earlier, like it's a whole week earlier, and spending a whole week in Buenos Aires instead of going straight to Ushuaia. So now I'm kind of in the planning phases of planning for Buenos Aires. So this is seemingly a really cool city. It seems like there's a lot of stuff to do from what I've read. I spoke to a lady a couple weeks ago who said she was there for like 3 weeks. It wasn't her first time going, and there was still more things that she wanted to see. So 7 days there, I'm sure, is going to be great and probably not even enough, but that's okay. So let's talk about some cool things to do in Buenos Aires. Tango is a big thing there. There's lots and lots of different tango shows. So I'm planning to do that with dinner. Probably one of the first things I do when I get there is go on a city tour of some sort. I don't think I've done those hop on, hop off bus, the hop on, hop off. Geez, I can't say that today. Hop on, hop off buses. There we go. Before I usually just do the walking things, or take the subway around because subway or buses or whatever it is instead of doing those tours. Why do I usually decide to do that way? I'm trying to rack my brain and think about that. Probably just, a little bit more freedom, probably similar prices. And I have no problem usually navigating on my own. That's definitely, a simple way to do it, and there's definitely nothing wrong with simple. So I might do it that way this time, because the city is huge. So I can do that and kind of get a glimpse of the city and then go back to see some of the other things that I want to see in more depth. What else is there to see in Buenos Aires? There are things called asados, which are basically what we would call a barbecue, and they have a whole bunch of different courses that you get with an asado. It's a very Argentinian thing. So I'm going to look into that. So typically these asados are only for like locals. It's like a local thing that families do, like get together, but they have arranged experiences for tourists as well. So I'm going to do that. There's lots of other things around there as well. There's ranches. Beef is a huge thing in Argentina. I've been reading some posts about the beef in Argentina, and people from Texas saying that it's better than the beef that they have in Texas. And I must say, as an Albertan, I liked beef in Alberta way more than the beef that I had in Texas. So we'll have to see how Argentinian beef compares. Gosh, and then there's just lots of other things to see in a big city. There's lots of cultural things. There's lots of museums. There are lots of buildings and architecture, and I really should have my list in front of me because I know it's a really long list of things to see and do there. You can also do day tours around there. So again, I'm still kind of in the beginning planning phases of this, even though it's 52 days until I arrive or until I leave. It's a whole 24-hour trip, so I don't get there for 51 days. But so yeah, I'm planning that aspect. And then from Buenos Aires, I go to Ushuaia, and I'm going to spend like 3.5 days in Ushuaia before the boat leaves. So down there, it's a pretty small town, just on the marina. but it's close to Tierra del Fuego National Park. So I will be going up there. Again, I'm still finalizing these plans, even though this was originally my first stop. So I'm going to check out the national park, do some hikes, maybe some rafting, maybe some 4x4ing. I won't be driving, I will be passengering as somebody else goes through. I saw some of the pictures and it looks great. Other options down there, I'm definitely going scuba diving down there. There's kelp forests, so I'm really excited to see that and all the different creatures that are in there. So I need to brush up a little bit more on my scuba diving terms in Spanish and having scuba diving conversations in Spanish because the people speak Spanish down there, and I contacted a couple dive agencies already, and their English is not so good, probably about the same as my Spanish, maybe not as good as my Spanish. You know, their English isn't as good as my Spanish is. So, you know, it was fun conversing and learning a lot of new phrases already. But I'm going to keep practicing. So that's the first part of the trip. So this video is already longer than 6 minutes, so I might continue this another day. So if you're watching this and you've been to Buenos Aires or Ushuaia, please let me know. Give me some tips. Where should I go? What things should I see? What's not to miss? I've already done a lot of research, but what did you like the best and why did you like it? I would love to hear from you. Okay, hasta luego, hasta mañana.